Here we go.
See if we can hear it.
Scotch, bourbon, and rye, yeah, we on that whiskey. Wanna discuss an array of topics, conversation simply. Gonna drop your whiskey bars with the sip hitting for. Could you pass it? You want more? Another glass, let it flow. Steady pour. Steady pour. Yeah, a steady pour. A steady pour of growing. A steady pour of sharing. A steady pour of knowing. Now pass that Glen Carry. So pull up a chair. Grab a glass and enjoy a melanin-infused perspective with a whiskey twist. Yeah, yeah, a steady pour.
Yes, sir, and we're back.
Yes, sir. We're back. It's good.
With none other co-owner of Rare Character Whiskeys, Peter Novoglaski. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Great to be
Introduce
here,
yourself.
gentlemen. Great to be here.
Man.
Great
We're
to have
excited.
you. Great to have you, man.
Yes.
For this long distance drunken journey. We're
Thank you for this obsession that we've gone down the rabbit hole on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
problem. It's a problem.
it's not a problem.
I mean,
it's a good problem.
It's not a problem. We're good.
You're never gonna catch them all, so I almost feel a little guilty, because the rabbit hole, we're just expanding the hole.
Right.
It's really expanding.
Yeah.
And we think we're deep into it, and then you see other people, and you're like, "Oh, there's levels to this." Like,
Level.
There's people at levels that I don't even have at my place. I'm
See
a
that? That's wild.
They go deeper than me, man.
We started 3 years ago, and look where we're at now.
So Peter, I mean, we like we said before, we've definitely been enjoying a lot of the single barrels that have been coming our way. I think just to share with you, the first time that Rare Character kind of got put up, well, we actually tasted Rare Character was Tone. I think you actually won Rare Character bottle at an auction, right, or something like that.
yeah, it was for the Kentucky Original Black Bourbon Enthusiast Group. The trip that Cal and I went on, and they were raffling off bottles, so they had a silent auction, and I saw Rare Character on that. I said, "Well, I'm bidding on that." And, that was a great bottle. That was a rye bottle that I brought, straight bourbon whiskey that I brought to the poker night, along with another store pick by Chasing Bourbon online.
Yeah.
Those are killers. I mean, I brought them out to poker, and
Thank you, my man.
They were a hit.
we couldn't
Didn't make
decide.
it back.
They were a hit.
I told these guys that straight bourbon is barely hanging on. There might be like 1 or 2 pours left. I mean, it's like struggling.
Yeah, he gave
But,
me a sample. I finished it that same night.
Yeah, I'm giving it to a couple other people. They're like, "Yo, what is this?" I'm like, "I know."
Yeah,
That was a RIO
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when he brought that, I think what happened was I think right there at poker, I was like, you know what, guys, I think I'm gonna slow down on buying bottles. And he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna slow down? Okay. He's like, yeah, why don't you try this?
Taste
it was a problem. I had to give them all samples. I was like, okay, this is our next thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Well, it's an honor. It's an honor to be a part of what you guys are doing. For
Appreciate
sure.
that, man.
Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
So we're glad to have you on the show because we want to talk about like how did Rare Character come to be, sort of what your methodology is behind it all, and what you see for yourself in the future.
Absolutely.
So let's just start off. How did Rare Character? How did you get started? This started in 2021, and you guys say, hey,
That's right.
Okay.
Well, we started actually in 2020. So it was myself and Pablo Moy,
Nice.
and you guys may have met Pablo. He's a Colombian dude from Queens who moved to LA, right, and opened one of the best restaurants in LA called Scopa. Within that is Old Lightning, which ends up on those Tales of the Cocktails list for like best spirit selection, et cetera, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to know him because I started the spirits game. I launched a cachaça called Avua in 2013. So Brazilian sugarcane spirit,
Nice.
which is also where I got to know Ambarana. So that's kind of, we'll go full circle on that. But
Yeah.
I got to know him because he just was passionate about spirits. I'm passionate about spirits. We ended up doing business. I won him over by sneaking some bottles in from Brazil that you couldn't get.
As you do.
Yeah,
Bottles. That's how there you go. You got sneak bottles. And then we built up a relationship over the years and became friends.
Yeah.
And then always started getting into some other categories myself, aquavit, in turn tequila. And we were just talking like everybody was talking because my business was destroyed. His business was destroyed. We're just like, dude, what are you doing? Fuck, what are you doing? I don't know. What are we doing?
Let's do something together.
Let's do. So we kind of realized we had this shared passion for and vision of taking independent bottling the way it's done in Europe and bring it here, right? Nice. There's amazing Scotch bottlers and rum bottlers over there, Duncan Taylor, Gordon MacPhail, just doing really, really cool stuff, honoring the whiskey, putting out things that maybe they don't fit into the box of exactly what this thing has to be. And we're like, why is this not happening here? So that was the original idea. So we started kind of riffing on it in spring of 20. And, Pablo has relationships with all the key players, right? He's done barrels forever. He's slept on Drew's couch with Willett. The Russells are friends. The Spears are friends. So we're like, all right, look, maybe we can convince them, right? So we get, the master distillers, they're stoked. And then we quickly ended up in the purgatory of the compliance departments of these companies who were just like, what are you even talking about? Like, why are we we're not doing this. So we were like, well, we still believe in this. So what are we going to do? And then it was like, hey, it's all about custom single barrels, giving an experience to whoever is looking to buy that, whether it be different types of whiskey, unique takes on finishing. And along with that, like creative artwork, right? Yeah. So kind of the dark days when even Pappy and Blanton's had to do unique labeling to sell stuff in Japan and wherever, Blue Smoke, right? Bottlings, like they didn't do that because they wanted to. They did it because nobody wanted to buy it. Now those are absurd bottles, right? So So we started with that. We launched that. The first barrels rolled in December of like Christmas of 2021. And, we went to our friends at retailers and on premise and we're like, hey, we're doing this. Like, this is cool. We'll check it out, whatever. And then it kind of just took off. It was like people got it. Whiskey's great. Pablo's picking amazing stuff. We're doing unique stuff. So that was where we got started. But we always had a vision to do more beyond that, right? So we launched Fortuna, which is a part of what we call the Heritage Series, a revival brand from the late 1800s. Dope. We'll get into it. And then we got into the Exceptional Series, right, which is things that's 8 years plus, really unique things. Yep, there it is. Beautiful. And the whole thing is just about celebrating American whiskey, right? So nice. If there's something out there that's delicious and unique and maybe it doesn't fit this one thing that this company does, send it our way. We want it, right? And like we know somebody wants it out there and we'll put it out. And it's about kind of finding the match of like, what are we doing? What are you looking for? All that, right?
That's nice.
That's awesome.
So it's almost like you're going to these distilleries and it's like, all right, where's your bad batch? Where's the batch that just doesn't fit in with the rest of it?
You guys know, I mean, we're in this universe of American whiskey, which is really exciting, where so much is going on.
Yeah.
And the big companies who make great stuff, right? They're just getting more and more efficient. They're like, we're just going to keep doing this thing. We're going to do it. It's this. It's always this. And we make shitloads of money doing it, and everybody loves it. That's cool, right? But we're like, but what about the other stuff? And it's not even the bad. It's almost like, what's the weird stuff that maybe doesn't fit that exact feel that you're looking for?
Off the beaten path.
But it's dope. Send it to us. We want it, right? You know what I mean? So that's kind of like
I use the Bad Batch references for all my Star Wars lovers.
No doubt.
I think you're being a little humble though. It feels like some of these barrels that you get are like highly sought after. Like, is there some kind of blackmail you have on these people? Like, how are you guys able to get some of these barrels?
You definitely got some photos of somebody doing
there's
something.
Yeah.
Photos.
There's something going
Got
on.
the disc. Got the disc.
Yeah.
It's like some John Wick shit.
Right.
So no, I mean, look, Pablo is a very convincing person. He's got a great palate.
Okay.
Convincing.
It's like, yeah, imagine, it's just like, he's like Boiler Room, right? It's like dialing for dollars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's dialing for barrels.
Yeah.
And he uncovers stuff, you know?
Wow.
And so it's a part of it's luck, a part of it's hustle. And it's knowing where to, which stones to look under, right? That maybe somebody hasn't already or what have you. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's hard right now to get reasonably priced good whiskey. It's not easy, you know?
So you're not allowed to disclose which companies you're getting the barrels from?
It all depends.
Okay.
Some agreement, we got some agreements where we can't, right? And then some of the stuff we can, and some of the stuff we can we'll give as much information as we possibly can. I'm a huge proponent of putting it all out there. Unfortunately, that's not the ethos of everybody or the belief of everybody in the American whiskey universe. But promise you guys, everything we could possibly say, we will say. And hopefully opening up more and more. I think as hopefully some of these bigger companies start to see we're honoring that, and it's a good thing, let's get the word out of where this comes from. It helps everybody, we think, right?
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if I was to take a step back and say, can you aggregate and tell us, I guess, how many distilleries would you say that the barrels would come from?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent chunk, man. We certainly get a number of things from MGP in Indiana, and we can mention that. We get some things from various people in Kentucky, most of which we can't mention officially. We've gotten some stuff from Tennessee, and it's not. It's not even like this. It has to be from here. It's like, is it delicious? Is this price point reasonable for what we're getting?
Yeah.
Does it fit into what we're doing? So, I mean, it's not to say we wouldn't buy stuff from other places in the country too, if it met those guidelines, right? But I'd say pretty much holistically, everything we buy is from legacy producers who've been doing this for a very long time, right? Gotcha. And everything we put out is for the most part 5 years and up, and it's kind of like, that's where we believe this thing should be, right? For these categories.
Yeah. It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Could you
go ahead. No.
Can you tell us more about that Pride of Anderson series on its way out?
Oh, we're already going there.
We're excited, man. I mean, we can crack this exceptional first.
Yeah. So Pride of Anderson is kind of like what I described we wanted to do at the beginning, and we're actually getting the opportunity to do, which is it's a collaboration with David Jennings, who goes by Rare Bird 101.
Yeah. Okay.
He is a historian. He's written books of Wild Turkey and the like, and the Russells, right, and Wild Turkey. So very select barrels. I believe the first tranche will be 3 bourbons, likely north of 13 years old, 2 ryes, likely north of 9 years old, from Camp Nelson, selected with the DSP, with Wild Turkey on the label, with the Rick House, like every nuance of the detail there. We're still working on getting through the final red tape on it, but I'm hoping it's coming soon. And Pablo was just there picking another few, including what I believe is going to be the highest proof turkey ever seen.
Ever seen?
Yeah, ever seen. That's what I heard.
That's got to be in the 150s, right?
So you haven't?
No, I wish.
You haven't even got to sample any of that yet.
I haven't. No, I got a photo of it. It's like, hey, this is amazing. Great. Thanks, bro.
Look at this.
Thanks, man.
Can't taste it, but you can look at
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the funny thing about this brand, because Pablo and I are mostly not in the same place.
Okay.
So I'll see, like, I'm like reposting a story of some shit that we're buying that I haven't even tasted, but some dude a little bit has tasted. I'm like, cool, good for you, bro. That's great.
Wow.
Oh man,
This is amazing. You should really try this.
I wish I
Really
could.
try this. Fantastic.
How about that obliteration? How do you have a barrel that survives a wildfire and make that like a specialty item? Like I've never seen anything like that. That's
Yeah. So, well, it just, I don't know. This again, you kind of talk about turning over stones, and we had this opportunity for this one barrel of a series that had nothing in them.
okay.
36 bottles worth in this one barrel that made it through the fire. These barrels were in NorCal, not really the spot to take barrels anyway, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's where I'm from.
And
by the way.
no, I love it.
Yeah.
It's just not ideal for you know,
for
for
whiskey
whiskey,
blending, yeah.
especially in terms of just
Temperature and
the age will share
Humidity.
loss.
yeah.
Right? And so we kind of just were like, hey, this is really different. It deserves to be its own thing. And then I got to like put out my like, you know, black metal dreams onto a label, you know what I mean? And then turns out everybody lost their shit about it. And that was pretty cool. Yeah. So, I mean, I told Pablo, I'm like, hey man, we got to find obliteration too. And he's like, if I find it, if I find it.
Start a fire. I'm just
It's
kidding.
funny. I just did a barrel pick, and he was like, "Dude, you should just start a fire at your bottle." Like 100 of them.
Create it.
I was like, "We got 100 barrels of obliteration. We're not bottling anything for the next year while we get sued."
Hey,
Right.
will it?
It might
Send
be
it our way.
worth the 5 years of arson. time
yeah,
that you
yeah.
paid for it.
Yes, you'll be okay. You'll come out a richer man.
Yeah. It'll be a part of the whole story. Matter of fact,
story.
you can
It's a good
only
story.
you cannot release it until you get released out of prison.
Oh, that's it. That's it. You just yeah. We drop all the barrels so we get out of jail.
Exactly.
Put your mugshot
Fantastic.
on the label. I like that.
Those barrels
Put your
would
mugshot on the label.
What? Those barrels would
Super
fly
limited.
off the shelf.
Obliteration 2.
Yeah,
That's terrible. Americans are trash.
This one's different. Americans are trash.
Because we know that would actually work. And that's the
would.
problem.
Oh my God, yeah.
That is the problem.
This is the Jakira cast that we just opened up. This one's
Oh, there you go.
it's very different from the
It's super different. And I think that's the best thing about this whole brand and company is that everything that y'all put out, it's its own journey.
Right.
You're never
Own
going to
lane,
take the same
very
thing
unique.
twice.
It's good, man.
You want
I
to
appreciate
just
that.
share it with everybody. Like, you got to taste this. man.
Right. Now you
Not
have to
tasted
taste
anything
this.
like this before.
Now you have to taste this.
So Jakara, so Cachaça, what's interesting about Cachaça is it's aged in 30 plus types of wood.
Okay.
So it started with French oak. It actually started, the wood tradition started with production at the coast, and they would put the barrels, because that's what they had to store, on ox carts, bring it into the middle of the country to the rich mining areas. It took months, and they pulled it out and they realized it had a positive impact on flavor. And in a very Brazilian mentality, they were like, we got all this other shit, let's try it, right? And a lot of it was delicious. And Ambarana was one of those, and Balsamo was one of those, and Jakara is one of those. Eucalypto is another one, which is out in the world. We've got some casks that I still haven't convinced the TTB to let us bottle.
It's too weird.
I mean, it's just, they're just conservative. So, like,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get it, or I guess we'll just drink it at the bottler. You guys end up over there. We'll just drill it.
Hey,
and have a
let
good
us
time.
know. Let us know,
I
man.
will
Come
take
on.
that
Yeah.
trip.
We're on the way.
We
Yeah. Tap only.
Yes.
Won't be my first time.
Right?
Sure.
No, this is and the Amburana. We just had a taste of that too, and it's like a different from everything else we've had. It's like a different planet almost.
Oh, man.
It's very different.
Smoky. Yeah.
I'm about to put you on the spot.
What?
Which one do you like better? This one or the
Don't
Emerald?
do that.
He did it. He did it. Now you got to answer.
It's done.
It's already done. It's out there.
We're live.
I would say maybe the Jakira is a little bit more. Is that how you pronounce it? Jakira.
Jakara.
That seems maybe a little bit more traditional.
I agree.
Right? Like you get some of those sweet kind of bourbon caramel, the sweet vanilla notes.
A little more typical.
Yeah, but that Amburana
Is it Ambarana? How do you pronounce it?
Ambarana.
That's a Brazilian.
Ambarana. Okay, so
Brazilian
there we
right?
go. We were saying different
Yeah.
things before.
Yeah.
It's all right. You guys are fine.
I was
It was close. It was close. It was
We
close.
were
Yeah.
close. We were in the ballpark.
You're in the ballpark. I'm not in the business of corrected pronunciation.
We appreciate that. We
Whatever,
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah, no.
But that's good in a different way. Like I wouldn't say either one's better than the other. They're just
I would say Ambarana
Lies.
is the more. I would say Ambarana is the more unique one for sure.
Yeah.
That one was definitely.
None of these answers my question.
Okay. You didn't ask me. You asked Tony. So Tony, you had to
one?
ask my
you,
question.
you decided to put your 2 cents in, so now you in it.
Cal said,
there's you on the spot. Go.
Well, you got to go first because he asked you first.
Which one do you like more?
As of
Let me
now, I'd
taste
say
it
the
again.
Jakira. I guess it's Jakira. But I don't know. I got to revisit that Amburana, man. Like, based on our reviews initially, like, I feel like it's one that, as it sits a little more, like, I feel like it's going to go up in my rankings. It was good.
All right.
I feel like the Jaqueta is the safer choice to say I like that
Yeah.
more.
Okay.
For sure. The Ambarana, like Tony said, I want to revisit that. I want to play around with that
Yeah.
more.
That's when you bring out
right
to your
now,
friends.
which
That's what
one
we
do
were
you
saying.
like more? Right now.
I like them both.
Which one do you like more?
I guess I would go with the Jaqueta. I like the name too, Jaqueta.
Oh, there you go. Whatever.
I mean,
Drew?
that's a very nice name.
Jaquita.
Jaqueta.
Dominican Drew?
Reminds me of a South American story.
Excuse him, please.
Yeah, I like. I guess I like it just slightly a little bit better than
They're
the
both so
Ambarana.
good, though.
They're both so good, yes. But I guess I'm only picking the Jakira that way because it has a little bit more familiar notes with that twist,
That
I'm not
uniqueness,
used to,
yeah.
uniqueness that I'm not used to.
Yeah.
So Ambarana, that definitely caught me off guard when I tasted it. Like it was
Yeah.
like, whoa, what did I just?
You want to taste it again. You want to keep drinking it.
And like we said earlier, like we can't wait to share that with people that the whiskey enthusiasts that come over. Like you want to try something different, should taste this out.
Yeah,
Taste
yeah.
this. And that's definitely going to be there for that.
It seems like it's a new trend. Also, I've seen some other companies that are like doing an Amburana finish.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where that goes, how they kind of differ it up, but
I don't know. If
I'm
I
not
got
mad
to
at
choose
it.
one, I think I'm going to go with Alvarado.
I knew he was going to say
Yeah.
that. I knew he
I
was
mean, I'll
going to
be
say
honest.
that. I knew it.
I'll be
Oh, that's
honest.
it.
I'm surprised. Like,
Really?
I think you guys are saying the right thing in terms of Ambarana is more different from anything else.
that's not
for
bad.
sure.
Yeah, right.
That is that. Yeah. But probably, we also don't side by side it that often. But it's usually the thing people absolutely lose their shit about. Right, is the Ambarana.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, because it is so different. And we believe this mash bill, this 51% rye mash bill, is the right mash bill to do that finish on.
Yeah.
So, like, we've done 95.5s. It was good, maybe not as good. Bourbon, it's a little too sweet, I think. This pairing really kind of worked.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look, this is the beauty of Rare Character. Different people like different things that we do,
Yeah.
and we do a lot of things. And it's like, hey, what are you into? Let's do it. You know what I mean? And that's part of the journey of it. And you want that kind of dialogue.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I posed the question, because I knew I had a feeling that most people were going to pick this one.
Jaquira.
Only because
Safer. Yeah.
it definitely has a... But the thing about it is...
It's still complex, though.
It absolutely
Yeah, it is.
is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are differences to it, but there's way more similarities to a lot of things that we've tasted before than there are differences.
I agree with that.
Whereas in that Amarana is way more differences than there are similarities, and I like majority of those differences.
We didn't ask Drew.
Well,
He-
no, we did.
okay.
I sung it.
She said
My bad.
Jaqueta. He said
Like, would you-
Jaqueta.
Sung it?
Would you
That's
like
true. He
You
did
want
like
him to
it.
sing
Yeah.
again?
Would you like me to sing it again?
I'm drunk.
Do you need another drink?
He needs to calm down.
But just to give you context, that we tasted for tuna first, and then we jumped to Ambarana. So it was like, it was a big difference there. Like
that's a big jump, man. That's usually my last pour is Amburana because it's hard to go anywhere from there. I mean, you're gonna have to. You have to.
Right.
It's like boom. You know what I mean? Like,
we were sticking to the proof kind of level because that was like Fortuna was the lowest one. Then it was Amburana. Then there was Jaquita.
I think Fortuna is a great place to start. It's a lovely 6-year batch at 102.
Yeah.
So it's like it's aimed to hit the profile of the dusty old Fortuna and Glencoe bottles that we could find.
It's dusty. Good, man. That's what I said.
Tony's word.
I feel like it has some of those dusty notes, but it's also very like, I don't know how to describe it. It has both of those sentiments. Yeah. It has the sentiments of like a dusty old one, and then it has like a lot of it's just like a real nice.
It kind of tastes like a staple.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. That's what it. So it basically was a brand that was started in the late 1800s.
Right.
Died in 1971. It was started by Phil Hollenbeck, and he distilled with the Stitzel brothers. Bought the distillery, kept them on. It was a huge brand pre-pro, and then was bought by National, and amongst many other brands that died in the heyday of vodka. It went away, and we kind of we just did our research to get as close as possible to the original recipe, the package, as possible with that. And so it's 6 barrels going to blend. Pablo, again, we found these old bottles, try to pair it to that. It's at least 6-year age whiskey in it. And I mean, I think it's exactly that. It's like, it's very sessionable. It's really inviting.
Yeah.
You're with a buddy, you're half a bottle in before you know it. Sorry.
It happens, bro. It's a problem.
It could be a whole bottle.
I like the labeling on it too. Like it has that real classic look to it, like it could be an old brand.
It looks almost medicine-y.
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah.
So it's the tagline is a taste of good fortune.
Nice.
Okay.
Which is really fun. You know what I mean? And like Pablo's Colombian. It's kind of got this like Latin/frontier vibe. It looks different, right? It looks very different from anything else on the shelf, which we really resonated with in terms of the brand.
Are you guys planning on putting out like a second release of that? I heard something about a barrel proof version of Fortuna.
There is going to be a barrel proof coming.
That
right? Yeah. We're gonna
you can just send that our way because that is going to be amazing. Oh my!
I agree.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, it's going to be a banger. Working on. I think we just printed a label, so we're working on it.
It's on the way.
It's almost there.
Okay.
It's almost time.
Almost there.
Okay.
So you can almost taste it.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, be in touch.
We're not going to turn it away.
No, I mean, if we happen to find
very
a bottle,
generous.
we'll fly out to Vegas if we have to. I mean,
Hey, come on
just
out.
let us know.
You know what's funny? I started doing people were like, hey, can you send some pics in the mail? We're like, dude, it's gotten too insane. We can't even really send it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in LA or Vegas, like, let us know. We'll do one.
I mean,
and now people are like, yo, I'm going to Vegas. Let's do it. I'm like, all right.
Come by.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Do not tease us with a Vegas trip. We are on the way.
Hangover.
I am going to Vegas in May. So,
There you go. Hit me up. Let me know.
Awesome.
I'm scared to see this guy in Vegas. That's.
Don't be scared.
I'm a little
I
worried.
might join him.
I'm a little worried.
I think we're all gonna be scared, man. We're all gonna be out there
That's
having a good time.
Mm-hmm. You might not remember the trip, but don't be scared.
Have our own version of Hangover out there.
Drew, are you ready to crack this special bottle we got?
Yeah. I wanted to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to ask Peter though. So when you guys came out, I feel like single barrels was starting to become like the trend in the whiskey industry. Like when you guys came out, single barrels. I was starting to see more single barrels. People picking single barrels became. I guess I've seen it more and more. Perhaps I'm not sure if that's just me because I was looking for it, or if it was just coming on my feed a lot more and seeing a lot more liquor stores with it. But and then I would say finishing might be sort of becoming more of a trend.
The trend
as well.
after.
The trend after is finishing.
Yeah.
One, would you agree? And two, where do you think the next trend is going?
No, I totally agree. I mean, I think in general, single barrels provide a customization level that nothing else can, right? Like literally, you get to average 180 bottles. When it's gone, never to be seen again. You know what I mean? So I think that resonates with a lot of people. And then the layer that we add with the artwork makes it even more resonant, I think. Absolutely on finishing, like the way we do finishing is very inspired by the way Scotch does finishing, which is dry barrels. It's usually 5 or 6 year old whiskey that we finish for up to 6 months and things. And it's just adding rounding. It's still a whiskey first, kind of like the way you described the Jacara, right? Whiskey first with rounding and layers to it. So we've done some really interesting ones. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have had a white port that we put out, very different. The Madeira is dope. You know, we got some Foursquare Barbados rum finish bourbons coming out. Fire, for sure. And then we're gonna play around with some toasting too. Okay. You know, because we have to.
You got it.
But yeah, I think that's it's a real. You can go so many ways with it, right? You can really take things and go so many ways, and it allows that thing where somebody's like, "Hey, I love this," and then somebody else is like, "I love this," and that's great, right? Like, it allows people to choose their own adventure, if you will, right, with it. In a fun way.
And it is definitely an adventure.
Understatement, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's another aspect, I guess, to your model, and that is it's not just necessarily picking single barrels for other liquor stores, but also for restaurants. Is that like you actually push it towards the restaurants as well? What was the thought process behind that? And
yeah, totally. So, I mean, Pablo owns restaurants. The brands that I started with, you know, we spent 90% of our time in bars and restaurants and hotels, and it's a great. We love being able to offer that experience, right? We just dropped. I don't know if you guys saw it. There's 4 barrels that went to the Cosmopolitan in Vegas. So when you come out, we should probably go check it out. Yes. And it's really cool. It allows somebody to offer something, again, truly unique to them. And I think it's exciting to be a part of that. So, you know, it's easier for retailers and whiskey clubs to buy full barrels, but there are barrel buyers in the on-premise, and we love it because it's a lot of fun. People go on bar tours, you know, checking things out. It's really cool. So I enjoy being in those environments. Like, I'd rather be at a dope bar than, you know, at 11 a.m. in the back room of a liquor store personally. Like, no offense.
Good point.
No offense. I love all my retail partners, but, you know.
no, absolutely.
And I hate to admit that I've been in both.
But like that's a good point, because I remember we would make a trip out to certain liquor stores that would have good barrel picks, right? And we would speak in that liquor store for hours.
Just sipping it. Have you tried this yet? Have you tried that?
So I think that totally makes sense, because to go to restaurants and you can do the same thing.
Eat, you got more ambiance.
But have any of you guys been to a restaurant where you're like, oh, I want to taste their bottle pick, their barrel pick, or something like that?
No,
right?
not New Jersey.
No.
So I feel like that might
pretty
be
unique.
That I would certainly go to a restaurant that's like, oh, let's go taste their barrel pick. With the
To be honest, I would like to get us to the level where we are choosing the barrels for those restaurants.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. Look at that.
I mean,
that's what I'm trying to get to.
steady pour.
Oh man, we might need to edit this out.
Wait, where are you guys? We're in Jersey.
North Jersey. Essex County.
Okay.
Well, two of us are.
So I'm from Freehold. I'm from Freehold, New Jersey.
Look at this. You and you spent some time out here, right? I saw something about Tiki by the Sea. That's like South Jersey, right?
I do an event in Wildwood, New Jersey, with a bunch of bartenders every year.
Okay.
That we are definitely invited to this year.
You should come hang out.
Yes.
Come hang out.
Yes.
My parents, I've owned a motel there for like 35 years.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Summer to Wildwood, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds dope.
We'll have to drop down. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Drop down.
No
question. Absolutely.
Man, we're just racking up the invitations.
Yeah, look at what. We'll see you guys every other week.
We'll meet you here. We'll meet you in Vegas.
Be in your backyard.
I mean, y'all got enough varieties of bottles. I'm sure we could
There you go.
something new every time.
There is that.
All right, Cal.
I got a
All
question.
right, let me. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you were saying something. Go ahead.
I was gonna break down the exceptional, but if you got a question separate, then hit me.
No. Tony was eyeing me like, yo, I want to open this.
Well, this is a special bottle, man.
Yeah.
I've been excited to crack this. I haven't cracked it. They get on me because I crack bottles that I get.
Well, me and Tony are like,
they get mad at me. I'm like, all right, I'm saving this one. This is a special one for the pod. We're gonna talk to Pete. We're gonna crack the exceptional with him. Right. So I've heard good things, man. This is from Nick amongst the whiskey.
Yeah.
He was a part of this pick, Massachusetts Bourbon Alliance, and I've heard really great things, but excited to get into this with you. So
cool.
Can you explain what the exceptional is and like how that came about? I mean, I feel like every single barrel you do is exceptional, so I don't know how you like categorize it as exceptional.
You are exceptional.
Okay, all right.
You are exceptional.
It's very nice. Hey, let him go. Let him go.
Let me cook. Tony, keep going. Settle down. Keep going.
So Exceptional Series is really about 8 years plus things, right? That are really kind of unique and different, you know. And it's not to say that the other stuff isn't, and I'm glad he said that, but it's true. It's not to say like, oh, these aren't phenomenal, because we believe they are. Yeah. But it's like, hey, this is really different, or it's old and it's unique and it belongs in this series, right? And this series was kind of really inspired by like merchant bottling. You see some of this stuff in Europe, unique pack, etc. And so it's mash bill agnostic. What you guys have there, I'm going to describe as a Kentucky malt, but we have put out a couple bourbons in this. There will be some more coming.
Okay.
We have some rye, some Kentucky ryes that are going to end up in this series.
Nice.
And each one has kind of its own unique artwork. So every barrel, whether it's selected by or going to estate, is different, and it's, again, never to be seen again. Now, what these are Kentucky straight malts. And so it's not a single malt because it's 65% malted barley, 35% corn.
Okay.
Bourbon back to start the ferment. So it's honest. It's like if Scotland went to Kentucky and did it Kentucky style. That's what this is.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
The youngest of these is 8 years and 10 months old, almost 9 years old. The youngest.
Wow.
The oldest is almost 15 years old.
Okay.
Nice.
Right? Nothing younger, nothing older. We kind of caught the shooting star, put it in the bottle. When they're gone, they're gone. Enjoy them.
And they're gone.
Oh, we will.
These are hard to find. Yeah. And this one we have is 14 years, I believe, right, Drew?
Yeah, you should be 14 and a half, right? 14 years, 5 months maybe.
Yeah.
Exactly. 14 years, 5 months.
Wow.
I'm excited.
He's going to be big.
Sip that slow.
133.8 proof.
Woo. There you go.
Jesus.
133.
Yeah.
Is that the heaviest hitter we got up here?
That is. We just going right to it. We skipping everything else.
Right.
That's really close to the highest proof.
It might be.
Right?
It's up there.
I want to say there was a 135.
It's close to hazmat.
I got a 135 right here.
Also,
I'm gonna sit with you guys.
Now you're just showing off.
Now you really are, though.
So that one's a similar mash bill to this?
Yeah,
or
this
like
one.
very
This
similar?
is the same exact mash bill. This one was for Liquor Junction. So it's the other pick that went. They picked 2 barrels when we were there.
Okay.
In Mass of the 14.
Were you on
basically
that pick?
I was there. I was there, and
right.
I was there with Pablo, and they
Okay.
were like, "What? You got 2 14s? We're taking them both." And that was it. First meeting done. Goodbye. No more to sell.
I mean,
was
makes
like,
sense
all right.
to me.
Savage. Got to respect it.
I'm still on the nose of this. This is
I know.
man. Take your time with these for sure.
All right, so I want to say I'm getting heavy acetone, but not in a bad way. Not in that disgusting, turn me off, I smell nail polish remover type of way.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It's
more of a
kind
sweet
of
note to it.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
I'm getting like
addictive.
chocolatey, figgy, like I don't know how to describe it. Like a dark fruit.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
I think that's the malt.
That's the
aspect,
malt. Okay.
right? You kind of you really do get a bit of both worlds in this universe here.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle on that. Like that nail polish, but not to the point where it's punishing.
It's just
Like,
the
I
sweet, the
really
nice
enjoy
aspects
it,
of that,
though.
where
Yeah.
you get right. Yeah.
When you walk in to get a mani pedi.
It's like, yo, let me smell them. Let me smell my fingers real quick.
Wow. Wow.
Oh man,
This is.
I just want to nose it.
I'm afraid to taste.
Sure to keep
Oh,
nosing.
And this is
You know,
133.
You done went in.
Yeah,
tasted it
it
already?
doesn't.
No
It
way
does-
that is 133. This is not 133.
This is a problem,
This
Pete.
is not 133. Are you kidding me? Oh man.
Now, granted, we've had like 3 pours,
Yes, but
Before
this
this.
is.
No.
Yeah.
We have.
but I agree. This does not drink as heavy as 133.
This is
I
lighter
would
than the
think.
ones that we've had. What are you talking about? This tastes
I mean,
like.
it's good, but
Not on the proof.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah, how it
how
sits.
it sits.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
was.
It's big. It's big, but it's elegant, right? Like
Yes.
it pops. The closest thing I would say from an experience perspective, we often reference Stag Senior with these.
Okay.
I think it's pretty spot on if you crack that. Again, different mash bill, et cetera, but it's kind of got that big pop, but it's elegant,
Yeah.
right? It's like there's a lot of layers, a lot of things to dig into there, you know?
I've heard it. I mean, rumored. People talking about it and stuff like a stag comparison or stag killer. You know what I mean? Like it has that same
Oh,
sort of feel to it, but I mean,
Stag
this-
Killer. Wow, that's
This
Don't
is, I
say
mean, I'm just
that.
saying. I just heard rumor. I don't know.
shit.
I'm not
Wow.
saying you have to say
You
it.
starting beef
Don't-
out
don't-
there, bro.
Hey,
right?
hey, I'm gonna go on record. We talked about our ratings.
My man said we
This
should-
is
How
a
mu- wait, Tone. How much
Shots
of a pour
fired.
you giving this?
this
Tone?
is a 4-5.
shots fired.
This is
A
damn
4 or
near
5?
damn near a steady pour.
You giving it a 4 or 5?
This is a 4-5.
Okay.
There
Okay.
you go.
This is
Have it. So I'm. You have not heard our rating system. So let us tell you how our rating system.
Break it down.
is,
For me.
Okay.
Break it down for me. Break it
It's
down.
1 through 5, and they're in ounces, right? 1 ounce is 1 and done. That 1 ounce is enough for us. We're
Yeah,
good.
we've had
Tasted
enough.
it.
We're good. We're done.
2 ounces.
Throw it in the cocktail.
Yeah, let's find a nice cocktail for this.
Cocktail, a little whiskey sour going.
It's right. Some way to edit this, right? 3 ounces. Okay,
Solid.
I'm not mad at this. I can sip on this.
Rock with it.
You know what I mean? I'm not mad. 4. All right, I'm gonna need you to pour a little more of that. I'm gonna need to get a little more of that, right? 5. Just keep pouring. Just leave the bottles.
Give him the name.
Leave the
Give
bottle.
him
We're
the
good.
name.
A steady
pour.
a steady pour.
There we go. There we go.
yo, but this is
So there's a guy who he was like, he's had many spirits before. He works at a high level distributor. He's like, dude, I've had thousands of things. This is in like the top 2 or 3 things I've ever had.
wow. I mean,
Couldn't sell it. And it's like, he's in the business of selling. I'm like, look, I appreciate that. We are also in the business of selling. As much Pablo wants to keep it all. He doesn't want you guys getting shit.
wow.
He's like,
Yeah,
nah,
no,
we gotta
I
hold
get
on
it.
to that. We gotta hold on to that. I'm like, dude,
If we gotta
We gotta
sell. We
sell
gotta make
things.
some money.
this is how we
This is a business.
yeah. But he's a collector first. So he's like, no, I don't want to give that up. I'm like, bro.
Sounds
what
like
can
somebody
I
I know.
Yeah, this was a raffle in that Facebook group, and I was like, I gotta put my name in. I mean, I'm gonna see what happens, and
And you got it. Nice, man.
I'm glad. This is
Yeah.
We're not mad at him.
Tone's always winning something. Like,
I know.
can't-
He's got
always-
the best
Wow.
luck in raffles.
Yes.
I mean, you got to put your name in, right, and try
It's
for
good that
things.
you're together on this journey then. You know?
Thank you, Tone.
Thank you, Pete.
Yes.
I mean, you guys can appreciate
You know,
me more.
there's
I mean,
I
We
was
keep
thinking-
him around for something.
and I didn't crack it until we're gonna do that as
For
a
the
group
first time
in
ever.
front of Pete. I said we
yeah.
gotta crack this with Pete.
Nice.
That's
Yes.
rare.
That's
It's
an
an honor.
applause.
I appreciate it.
That's an
That's rare.
applause.
Yo, I'm getting so many there's so many different layers on this. I can't even describe it on the first pour. I feel like it has,
You
Like,
already said it's a 4.5.
I don't taste the 133 though. Like where's
No,
that?
I definitely
Where's
don't
the
taste
heat?
133.
So
It's in there, but
yes, so it has the heat, but it's very sleekly packaged, right? It's like
There you go.
You know,
yeah.
it's there, but it's
It
just
doesn't
like,
hurt you. It's not like
Not at
it's not
all.
like beating you in the face. Like, oh my god, this is
Right.
This is
So,
tough for me.
so you know what's so like I feel like that Amarana, right? Every time you taste it, I think it's gonna kind of morph on you. It's gonna you're gonna pick up on different things every time you taste
different
it,
layers.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, I feel like it's gonna open up.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's gonna change also, but in a different way. You're gonna taste more of what you tasted before, as
Right.
opposed to it changing on you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice.
Did you guys have your ratings? I know I gave mine. Like I put mine out. I'm a 4.5, man.
Darius, I want
Oh,
your report
man.
you giving this.
This is
Hold on, let me one more sip. One more sip. I'm still tasting. I'm still tasting.
See, I know I put myself out there, but you know,
You said 4.5.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
4.5, man. This
There's pressure. There's pressure.
Don't let his
don't,
rating
yeah. Say what you feel.
influence yours.
Nah, I want more. So it's definitely 4 or up. Nothing less than a 4 for sure.
Right.
Because I definitely want more of that. 1,000%.
Nope, this going home with me, man.
So,
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's going home
Got
with
your
you.
Yeah, it's going home.
Wait,
It's going home real light.
Where's the sample bottles, bro? I need a little something to take with me too. Come on, you gotta share that.
I came prepared. I brought some bottles. I came prepared.
Man.
Nah, I'm right there with Tom. I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
I want more of
Okay.
that. I need more.
Give
of
me
that.
more, he said.
I need to play around with that some more.
Drew, what you got? You think it's something special?
No, I'm on the same with Darius. I want to give it a 4.25. Yeah,
Okay.
4.25. I
Yeah.
like this.
It's
Yes.
really good, man.
I am gonna give it a 4.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Drop
want some
your
more.
bars. Why?
A solid 4.
I
Why?
think
Because I definitely want more. I definitely want more. Flavor wise, it's not. I don't have anything negative to say about it, but it's nothing real specific that I'm gonna say, oh, this is the best thing. You know what I mean?
Are you thinking about the
Journey?
Amarada too?
I'm just thinking journey wise, it's very good. It's gonna open up. Honestly, it might go up as you kind of leave it on your shelf and you go back to it. Like I was saying, I think this is one of those where you like let it sit, and it's gonna open up on you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh, I didn't. Okay.
Okay, I
That's-
didn't taste this before.
That's, you know what I mean? Certain things
That's
are
that
gonna
14
taste a
years
little-
aspect too. 14 years. 133 proof. Like,
I think that's what smooths everything out.
Yeah,
and it tastes lighter than some of the other single barrels
it
we've
does.
had, which is
It's not really punishing at all.
wow.
No. It's pretty crazy.
yeah, we've had some high proofs, but I don't think we've had them where it carried it this way. Like this was very nicely
It's
done.
very rare.
Character. You guys thought well about that name. That's good.
It's very good. It makes sense because all your stuff, man, has
Fire.
that rare
That's fantastic.
taste to it.
Oh man, yeah,
Thank you guys.
That's a solid 4.
yeah. So
While we're on that topic, though, I had a question about the wax. Where did that come from? Man?
do you?
We out here fighting these bottles to open them up. Is that
Well, it
the
seems
initial?
like some of you guys are better than others. at the
I
wax.
mean, hold on. He had a heated knife.
That's Black MacGyver.
I did not have a. He had a heated knife. I had a blunt blade. Don't disrespect me.
I did not have a heated knife, bro.
But is it like you work towards you work to get to the
gotta
bottom?
earn
That kind of
Yeah,
deal.
you
Like
gotta- you gotta earn it.
the. Because we
gotta
feel like
earn it.
you accomplished something when you open that bottle now. Like, yeah, man, you know, took me like 5 hours.
If you
and I
don't
finally
slice
got
your
to it.
fingers up, but in the
your effort is very appreciated, guys.
Nah,
It's very appreciated.
Nice.
So with all that what's going on, what's in the future for Rare Character? Where do you see yourselves? What's happening? I mean, you did mention some things that are coming out, but like where do you,
Company wise, where do you see yourselves going?
Yeah.
Well, I guess a couple things going on. We talked about some of the things coming out. We talked about Pride of Anderson. We talked about Barrel Proof Fortuna. We have another revival brand we're playing around with. I'll let you guys know more about that in the future scenario.
Teasing the DMs.
Teasing us.
We're ready.
And then hopefully we're going to end up with our own bottling facility in Louisville.
Okay.
Wow.
This year, I think. So
Nice.
could be somewhere to come at, hang out, put a drill in some barrels, taste some things,
Absolutely.
chat it up, you know?
Definitely gonna have to put
Grab
that
a
on
bottle.
the
Sounds
Black
like-
Bourbon
sounds
Run
like an
tour.
invite.
Yeah, there you go. Put it on the tour. Put it on the
Yes.
tour. So
Yes.
that's in the works. So that could be pretty amazing.
We'll
Let's
talk.
keep it rolling.
We'll talk, Pete.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk. I'm going to see you guys every other week anyway.
You said it. Hey, we haven't recorded yet. It's happening.
Sounds like an
Don't be
invite.
surprised when we show up.
We'll just pop up.
Sounds like an invite to me.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it, man. Just keep doing what we're doing. Working
Yes.
with great people. We got some new markets we coming out in.
Beautiful.
You know, just trying to make the product more available, but do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
so
No cutting corners.
At some point,
Or
we're
wax.
definitely gonna try to get on this. Try to get a steady pour barrel pick.
oh yeah.
Got to do it, man. We're
It's in the
down.
way.
Let us know.
We're trying to work on it. Yeah, could happen.
Working it out.
It,
It will.
if it could happen, it would be.
Oh my
I think
God.
it would be
So sweet.
That would be a great first entry, you know, into like something
Yeah.
we put our name on, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
That would be
steady
real
pour.
nice.
Is there a so I know Jersey just got their first barrel pick, right?
What we have
That's the
here,
one
right?
that we
The
have
Bigfoot
here.
pick, yeah.
Yes.
So
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So like, what other markets haven't you hit yet that you're looking to hit?
Yeah, so Jersey, you're gonna start seeing some stuff hit, and then we got some things going into South Carolina soon, and
Okay.
Georgia
Nice,
soon
nice.
beyond Fortuna, and then I think Missouri's on the list.
Okay.
So we'll be seeing some Missouri.
You
And
don't hear
probably
Missouri
Florida.
very often.
You do not.
Hey, it's close. It's in. There's a good whiskey community, man.
Is there?
You know?
Okay.
All
Good
right.
whiskey community.
By
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Ozarks?
yeah.
By the Ozarks?
Yeah, you'll be seeing more stuff in New York. We only have dabbled so far. You're gonna be seeing more stuff in New York too.
Okay.
Okay.
Connecticut, maybe
so
a
yeah.
little bit. We have a
Yeah,
connect
we
up
got
there.
some stuff coming into Connecticut.
Okay,
Yeah, we got
okay.
some stuff going to
Yeah,
Connecticut.
we're excited about
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
Yeah, we got some
Nice.
things rolling there.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Very
sure,
nice.
Hey,
100%.
we'll be interested in all of it.
No question.
We're down the rabbit hole now.
No
we may as
question.
well just tumble
Right.
all the way in.
Yeah,
Water-
just
water's
keep
warm.
going.
Water's
Keep
warm.
going.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. When you look at the whiskey collection, you're gonna be like, this is the rare character side of the whiskey. You know, it's gonna be like a whole section.
Yeah. Gotta work
Hey,
to
but
get that.
shout out too, man. You're very involved in like the different groups in like the Facebook group that Drew and I are in. Like, it seems like you're very like invested in that and like just offering insight to the different barrel picks and everything else that's going on. Like, how has that journey been?
Yeah,
Inserting
it's
yourself
interesting
into that.
because they started the group, and then I got an invite, and I was like, I mean, you guys want me here?
Yeah.
It's like, is it like, you know? So, and they're like, yeah, totally. And then I try and like add some insights and whatever. I try not to debate anybody on any dumb shit, you know,
Yeah,
like, and I
right.
try and let people do what they're going to do, but also just, if there's questions, answer those or provide updates when we have them and shit like that.
It's
you know
helpful.
what I mean? So
yeah.
that's cool. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I like being there. It's cool to see everybody so engaged, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it seems like a great group, you know, where people are helping each other out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, doing it for the right reasons, the love of the whiskey. So I think it's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's where
Yeah.
we learned about the they call it the Las Vegas bunker. Is that what they call it?
Oh yeah.
Kill spot.
Yeah.
Man, that thing, He's over 100 now. I saw him earlier today. He got another few.
Wow, he's
lapping people. You know what I mean? Like,
so that's where you're talking about having more picks than you see or that you have.
Oh
on
yeah,
hand.
yeah. I don't have remotely that at my house. Man.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not the best collector, but that dude's on another level.
Unreal.
He's definitely on another level. You know,
we got to find a
people
way
are
to
like,
get there.
man, I thought
That's gonna be Drew in a couple years.
He's on his way. Yeah.
Give him 3 years.
Very
Stop.
modest about it, but he's
on his way.
yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome seeing these collections like
Yeah.
of rare character and everything.
Yeah,
It's pretty
definitely.
rad.
I think it just shows too the variety of what you guys do, right? That like a lot of brands, like there's a few different ways you can go, but it's pretty along the same line. But Rare Characters feels like there's so many avenues that you guys go in that you can literally collect bottles and not have the same pour at all. Like everything's off in a
Right,
differon direction.
right.
So
You
that's
guys
pretty
picked
dope.
the
So much
perfect name.
variety.
Yeah.
You picked the perfect name, Rare Character.
Yeah, I'm saying. So,
It is. It's a lot of fun because the whole concept allows us to do
Whatever you
right?
want.
Yeah.
It's dope. We can do it. Yeah, whatever we want. And a lot of people, that's not how brands are thought of, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
Off-brand.
it's really cool because it's like, some of these things don't make sense together, but they make sense holistically.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff you just had versus the Ambarana versus a 95.5 Kentucky versus a Rio. But,
yeah.
There's no way the same company
Is doing all
made
that.
all of this. And they're right. The same company didn't.
And a barrel that survived a fire. Like, what?
right.
But that's
And,
cool.
and an arsonist.
That is the brand, though, right? It's like
Yeah, that is
completely
the
off.
brand.
Like,
We love it.
you want something different?
You definitely found a very
A niche.
unique lane,
Yeah.
and you hit it running.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah. I appreciate that. It's really it's kind of Pablo just wants to do everything. And I'm just kind of like, all right, how does this make any sense? And it's the combination of me and him. Like it wouldn't have happened in any other scenario, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Like I'm sure we both could have done cool things with whiskey, but it wouldn't have been this. And it's been really exciting to be able to do all this stuff and to have, people like you guys who are like, yeah, we're into it. Keep it coming,
Absolutely.
And I
So
think it really
it's awesome.
appeals to me because the combination of all the varieties of whiskeys that you have is very eclectic, right? In
Yeah.
the sense that it is a combination of high quality things that don't seemingly go together all put together.
Right.
And it works. It works.
It just works.
That's awesome. Thank you guys.
I
Means a
can't
lot.
believe you guys have been only out 2 years. Like, I'm just like imagining what it's going to be like in the future. I'm like, to grow this much in that amount of time and have the following you have and the
We're excited.
gathering is incredible. So
It is crazy.
Yeah.
I tell Pablo, it's like, dude, this isn't how it usually is. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
I tell you, it's like, so are we doing good? I'm like, yeah, man.
We're doing good.
I think so.
You did good. You did good.
Absolutely.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
All right, yeah, Peter, man, we thank you for joining
Cheers,
us,
man.
on the
It's been
podcast.
great. It's been
Thank
great
you
hanging
so
out
much.
with you.
It's been
Yeah, we
amazing,
do it all.
man.
Really
It
appreciate
is.
your time.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
We're gonna hit you up, man. Don't.
Hit me- I'm sure you are.
You can hit us up too.
All right.
Both ways.
When you're Jersey, when you touch down in Jersey, let us know.
There you go. Touchdown in Jersey. Oh, listen to this. The last little anecdote.
Okay.
I did a barrel pick with the Jersey Club.
Okay.
And it was like I had a day and the guy that I did it with was like, hey, I'm going to be here. And I'm like, I'm going to be here. We couldn't really overlap, but we were like, all right, let's meet up in like South Amboy, right?
Of all places.
And then I was like, do you want to meet up? Do you want to meet at like a coffee shop or what? I was like, oh, let's get some food. So literally we did the fucking tasting at pizza joint because it's Jersey, right? So it's
Right. Gotta get some
it's
pizza.
like metal cups. We're poured in metal cups with pizza,
Yes.
pepperoni, white, and then like he actually had some stag. He poured some stag. We're tasting exceptional. We're eating pizza. The most Jersey.
Sounds like a lovely night.
That sounds great.
I mean, it was amazing. It was the middle of the day, bro. It was like 12:30.
It's Jersey. Yeah.
That's Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey.
I am down for that.
Yes.
In my favorite pizza place, Star Tavern.
All right.
Let's do
When
it.
we do your barrel, we're doing it at the pizza joint.
Oh
Yes.
No question.
Do
No
not
question.
tease me like that.
I'm not teasing you.
He's not teasing
I
us,
am
bro.
so
You think I don't
excited
like
right
pizza?
now.
Stop.
Yeah.
No, there's no teasing.
It's on. He grew up in
Yes.
Jersey. He knows what it's about.
He knows what it is.
Okay.
He knows good pizza.
Say less.
Absolutely.
Say more.
I'm there.
We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
man.
you for
All right,
sure.
appreciate
Thank you guys.
Cheers,
It's been a
brother.
real
Hold on,
pleasure.
stay on for just a little bit longer because there's a little bit that we
Yeah.
actually want to touch base with you on. But we want to thank you for joining on the Steady Pour podcast. And fellas, check out Rare Character.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Oh,
They're
Fellas,
everywhere.
women, everybody.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
If you can find a bottle, grab it.
18 and over.
Right.
absolutely. They got a lot going on.
Yeah.
They do.
Thank you for listening to a Steady Pour podcast.
And
We out.
Peace, peace, peace.
Well, that concludes this episode of a Steady Pour podcast. Make sure you follow on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yeah.